So good morning, all students. Welcome to the next lecture of Basic Electronics and Electricals. So today we are discussing about full wave center tap rectifier. As we have already discussed about the half wave rectifier, we know the function of half wave rectifier, that the half wave rectifier converts AC signal into pulsating DC signal. So today we are converting the full wave rectifier signal from AC signal. That is, we are converting AC signal into pulsating DC, but the full wave we are converting into the pulsating DC. Previously, we have converted only the half wave. That's why the name half wave rectifier was given. So today we are going to cover the full wave center tap rectifier. Okay. So basically, let me share first of all the circuit diagram. So as you can see, so yes, on the screen, the diagram is shown to you. So this is the circuit diagram of the center tap rectifier, full wave center tap rectifier. Now see. So as you can see here, this is the entire circuit diagram of your full wave center tap rectifier. Now why the name center tap rectifier is given? This is the most important question. Because as you can see here in this transformer, see here. As you can see here, this is the transformer. We know that function of transformer, that transformer converts the AC signal into lower voltage of AC signal if we are using the step down transformer. But here in the transformer, as you can see, the three terminals are there, first, second and third. So here three terminals are there to the secondary sides, and primary we are having two terminals. In normal transformer, only two primary and two secondary terminals are there generally. But here in this transformer, three secondary terminals you can see. So that's why this transformer is tapped at the center. That's why this transformer is called as a center tap transformer. Okay. And this center tap transformer is used in the circuit of rectification. Hence, this circuit is known as a center tap rectifier. And why the name given full wave? Because as you can see, this is the AC full wave, positive half cycle and negative half cycle, and both half cycles are converted here in the output. Getting? In previous case, you were getting only what? This kind of output. Correct, na? So this kind of output was there for half wave rectifier, HWR, half rectifier. This was the case of half wave rectifier, means only half wave is rectified. But here in full wave rectifier, the entire wave, that is positive half cycle and the negative half cycle, both are rectified. That's why it is called as a full wave rectifier. So hence the name is given to the circuit, that center tap full wave rectifier. Center tap full wave rectifier. Any doubt in this? Correct? So why the name half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier is given? We already know it now. So we'll see that how it works. So as you can see in constructional detail, this is the center tap transformer. Hence the center tap rectifier name is given. Again, in previous circuit of half wave rectifier, only one diode was there, correct? Which was rectifying the positive half cycle of input. But here the two diodes are there, D1 and D2. As you can see, this is D1 and here it is D2. So D1 and D2, both diodes will rectify both half cycles of the input. Getting? So constructionally, you can say that this D1 and D2, two diodes are there. Okay. And how they are connected? See, the output of D1 is going to the load, and also the output of D2 is going to the load. As you can see, the orange lines and the green lines. Orange line for positive half cycle of input and green line for the negative half cycle of the input. Okay, we'll study it briefly, but just understand the constructional of the circuit. If you see the construction of circuit, here AC input is applied and we are getting the DC output here, correct? And AC signal is given to the rectifier transformer. Transformer converts the high AC voltage into lower AC voltage. But this is the center tap transformer. It is tapped at the center. Getting? So if 230 volt is converted into 20 volt, okay, let's say suppose 20 volt, then this 20 volt, how it is there, 20 volt will appear at these 2 points as well as these 2 points. So here you are getting the 20 volt plus minus, and here also you will get 20 volt plus minus. So don't mix it that it will generate 40 volt. No, it is not like that. It will generate, for positive half cycle, it will generate 20 volt, and for negative half cycle also it will generate 20 volt. Getting? So hopefully you are understanding this. Now, what will happen? So we will again start the half cycle. Consider this positive half cycle is there at the input. This positive half cycle is there at the input. See my cursor where I'm showing. This positive half cycle is at the input. So obviously here plus terminal of battery, here minus terminal of battery. Correct? You already know this. We have seen in the half wave rectifier diagram also that if positive half cycle is at the input is there, then at the upper side we are getting positive terminal of battery, and at lower side the negative terminal of battery. So here the transformer is the center tap transformer. So see how it will work. So at this terminal you will get positive, at this terminal you are getting the negative, okay, of battery. Again here also you will get plus at bottom side, and here at the lower terminal you will get the negative. Means see the polarity at the secondary of transformer. This winding is known as primary winding. This winding is known as the secondary winding of transformer. But secondary winding has 3 terminals. So hence, because of that, plus on the upper side, minus on the lower side. Again, here you will get the plus, and here you will get the minus. Getting? So see plus minus plus minus. This is because only we have connected transformer in center tap manner. Okay, 3 terminals of transformer. So see, both diodes are there. So what will be the biasing condition of both the diodes? So we will check for D1. Now see, for D1 you have connected positive terminal of battery to P-type terminal, and negative through this load to the negative terminal. Means P is connected to P, N-type material through this load. See my arrow is moving in this direction. Here you are getting the negative terminal. Okay, don't consider the lower side. Don't consider the lower side. You have to consider this upper side negative terminal. So here in this case your diode D1 is forward bias. So you can say your diode D1 is forward bias. Correct? Because positive terminal of battery connected to P-type material, negative terminal of battery connected to N-type material. So your diode is forward bias. Okay. Now we'll see for D2. Okay. So for D2 we'll take other color. So see here. This negative terminal of battery, see, connections are not changed. Connections are not changed. The battery terminal is same. Okay. On the upper side positive, on the lower side the negative terminals are there. So this negative is connected to this P-type terminal. Triangular means P-type terminal. So see, negative terminal of battery is connected to P-type terminal, and this N-type material is through this R, that is load, is connected to the positive terminal of battery. So this is nothing but what? Reverse biasing. So in this case, now your diode will be, D2 will be reverse bias. Getting? So in positive half cycle of input, your diode D1 is forward bias and your D2 is reverse bias. So obviously D1 is on, correct? So your D1 is on and your D2 is off. Correct? So in this case, in case of positive half cycle of input, your D1 is on and D2 is off. Okay. So now what will happen? Obviously, D1 will carry the current, D2 will not carry the current. So for sake of simplicity, for few moments, we will disconnect this. So as you can see, this terminal is open because D2 is off. So we'll open it. So see what will happen. Now current will originate from this point. Current will originate from this point because this is positive terminal. D1 is forward, so it is on. So current will follow this orange path. See this orange path. Getting it? So current will go like this from upper side of the load towards lower side of the load, and then it will go to the negative terminal. So it will go to the negative terminal. It is originating from positive terminal of battery, then D1, then load, and then to the negative terminal of battery. Correct? So direction of current through load is from top to bottom. From top to bottom. Direction of current is from top to bottom. Getting? So see in positive half cycle of the input, your D1 is carrying the current. See, it is clearly mentioned over here. D1 is carrying the current. Hence, you are getting the output voltage same as your input. Your output voltage same as your input. Getting? So, in positive half cycle of that input, your output is because of diode D1 only. Only D1. Okay. Now, what will happen in negative cycle? Now we will see the negative cycle. Okay, so I erased everything. Now we'll again start again. So now consider this arrow. What I'm showing, this is negative terminal. Positive half cycle has gone now. Now negative half cycle will appear at the input side. So this negative half cycle will appear here. Okay, at the input. So obviously, what you'll get? So what you will get here? Here the negative terminal. You will get negative terminal here. Here you will get positive terminal. Correct? Positive on lower side now, negative on upper side now. So obviously, what will be at secondary side? The polarities on secondary side will be negative here, positive here, negative here, positive. Correct? Getting na? So see, the polarities are reversed now. Getting? So polarities are reversed now. So again, we will check the biasing condition of D1 and D2. Getting? It is very simple now. So see, again, this negative terminal of battery is connected to diode D1, okay, and positive terminal of battery through RL is connected to N-type material. D1, this triangular part is P-type material. This N-type material is connected to the positive terminal of battery. Consider this upper positive part. Don't consider lower because it is for D2. It is for D2. For D1, it is positive, and for D2, it is negative. So for D1, N-type material through RL, see my arrow is moving in that direction. The positive terminal is connected to N-type material and negative terminal is connected to P-type material. So obviously this diode, upper diode, is now reverse bias. So obviously it will be off, correct? And this D2 will be forward bias, and obviously it is on. So it is on. Getting? So as you can see, now the conditions are reversed. Conditions are reversed. That is, the D1 is now reverse, hence off. D2 is forward, hence on. So as you can see that this current now will follow the green line path. So here it is positive terminal. So current originated from here. So let's say again this we can erase, means it is now disconnected. See, the D1 path is now disconnected because it is off. So what will happen? Current will originate from D1. So see this green line. Current will follow the green line path. So current will go to D2 first. Then through this wire, it will go to RL. It will not go upward because this path is disconnected. Correct? So this is going through RL, that is load. See the green line path. Then again, it will follow this path and then go to the negative terminal. So similarly, positive to negative, the path is completed. So current will follow the D2. But see, through this RL, in first condition, see the orange line, it is from top to bottom, correct? And this green line also, it is from top to bottom, correct? Na? So see, this is top to bottom, correct? And this is also top to bottom. So you can say that this current direction in both cases, both half cycle, is same, correct? So if first one is positive, then second one also positive. So hence, because of D2, the current is also positive. Because of D2, current is also positive. Because what? In both cases, the direction of current is top to bottom, top to bottom. So if this is positive, then this is also positive. If orange line is positive, then green line is also positive because direction of current is same. So in negative half cycle, though the input is negative, still the output is positive because direction of current is same. Hence, in negative half cycle, the current is because of D2. Current is because of D2. And hence, at the output, you will get the positive voltage. So in positive half cycle, you are getting the positive voltage. In the negative half cycle, you are getting the positive voltage. So this is the case for negative half cycle. Now what? Positive half cycle is gone. Negative half cycle is also gone. So after this first negative half cycle, you will get the second positive cycle. So in second positive cycle, what will happen? Similar to your positive half cycle number 1. D1 is forward bias, D2 is reverse bias. Again, current will flow because of D1. See here, they are shown clearly. And in negative half cycle, current flow because of D2. So in positive half cycle, D1 is on. In negative half cycle, D2 is on. Current flow through positive half cycle is because of D1. Current flow in negative half cycle is because of D2. Both the currents are having same direction through load. Hence, the output current and output voltage is constant and positive. But see, here you can see the output voltage is pulsating, means it is not constant. Polarity is constant, that it is positive always, but it is not constant, it is fluctuating. That's what is called as a pulsating DC. This is called as a pulsating DC. Getting? It is clearly shown over there in diagram. Okay, so tell me whether there are any doubts to you that I should cover any topic of this part. Again, you can message in chat box. Ask me the questions. Say I'm typing. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay. See, Rishi, this right side diagram. Okay, I'll write over there. This right side diagram is nothing but input output waveform. So always call it as input output waveform diagram. This is input output waveform diagram. So always remember, this is input output waveform diagram. If somebody has raised his hand, so message it. So see, we can say that in positive half cycle, see the diagram I'm showing to you, see the cursor. This is positive half cycle. We know that positive half cycle, on the upper side, positive terminal, on the lower side, the negative terminal is there. So obviously D1 is forward bias, D2 is reverse bias. So D1 is on, D2 is off. So hence current is flowing because of D1 only. So we have to mention over there that current is flowing because of D1. And hence output voltage is same as input voltage. And in case of the negative half cycle, the current is flowing because of D2, because D2 is forward bias and D2 is forward bias and D1 is reverse bias. Hence, obviously the current is flowing because of D2, but the direction of current here you can see again orange line, green line. Both the currents are from upward to downward. So obviously the current is positive. जर पहिला करंट पॉझिटिव्ह असेल, दोघांची डायरेक्शन सेम असेल, तर ऑब्वियसली पहिला पॉझिटिव्ह असेल तर दुसरा पण पॉझिटिव्हच असणार आहे. करेक्ट. सो D2 for negative half cycle, D1 for positive half cycle. So current flow is positive in both half cycle. So hence for every half cycle of input, see, input is having positive half cycle, negative half cycle, positive half cycle, negative half cycle, and output is positive, positive, positive for all cases. Correct? Okay. Sorry for interruption. Now any doubts? So we can say the full wave center type rectifier topic is covered totally. So this is it for this full wave center type lecture.